he and I have been talking, and Jared's from the Chicago area, so he's fairly familiar with snow, and he and I were just kind of talking about what he's seeing so far, and he said early road conditions looked pretty good, but in about the past hour and a half, he was telling me that things are beginning to pick up just a little bit more, and you're starting to see greater road impacts. As this TDOT camera buffers right next to me, you can still see that those impacts starting to be seen and felt just a little bit there on the I-75 corridor. Again, this is right here at 75 and Lenoir City. Obviously, we're dealing with TDOT cameras, so we'll bounce around to a couple of other spots. This one at the 81.4 mile marker, again, right by Lenoir City. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and head over to Alcoa Highway and Pellissippi Parkway as the TDOT smart cams start to wake up just a little bit with the cold weather. But again, we're starting to see some more of those impacts across the region. The further south you are right now, it seems like that's where the heavier snow has started to fall, and that impact on the roadways feeling just a little bit greater. There are a couple of other spots across East Tennessee. You can see there your passing lanes getting that snow cover, the majority of it, but those quick lanes, or not the quick lanes, the regular lanes, the right-hand lanes that you tend to drive in, still where you're seeing the less amount of impact, but probably expect that slush to start picking up here as that snowfall just gets a little bit heavier, and of course a lot more on the roadways. We've been keeping up with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. They've been updating on Facebook all day. They say the further you get into the higher elevations along Interstate 75 up into Campbell County near the Tennessee-Kentucky state line, you're seeing greater impacts there as well. For the most part, in and around the city of Knoxville, not too bad at the moment. Again, we're just kind of jumping around on these TDOT SmartWay cameras. As you can see right in here, you're still doing pretty good on the roadways there. We'll do, looks like I-40 at Pellissippi Parkway. You can see there your shoulders getting a little bit of snow cover, but also when you get up onto those higher elevations on your interstate, think overpasses, underpasses too, anywhere that they're not going to get to right away or the air has the ability to get under, they're going to freeze much quicker than any other part of the roadway. Again, TDOT says that they're out right now salting, starting probably plowing here in the next little bit, just all to keep those interstates and highways up and running. I'll be honest with you, you don't see many vehicles out right now. A lot of the school districts canceled class today, allowed kids to take a snow day. A lot of businesses either doing a half day right up to the lunch hour or telling folks to go home. The city of Knoxville has started its snow plan. That also means that CAT buses are running on their snow routes. It's pretty much reducing where those CAT buses go to the thoroughfares that are being paid the closest attention. Cameron, who's working this for me, I'm going to ask him to switch over to the Mac Mini, and we're going to jump into those snow routes so we can give you all a better idea of just what we're looking at right here. When we get to that Mac Mini, I'm going to show you what they call the KGIS map, and that gives us a very good idea of what's going to be addressed first and what's not. This is the GIS map, and you're looking at the red, blue, and green, and I'm going to direct you right over here where this cursor is. Priority run routes are the red routes. What that means is those are going to be the routes that are focused on heavily. They're going to be the first ones that got that brine treatment yesterday. They'll be the first ones to get salt and plowing today. The next one are your priority 2 roads, the blue ones. The majority of them are those priority 2s. Just think of anything that connects to one of those red routes and anything that gets you into the city quickest and in and around. And then those 3 routes are the ones that have just a little bit of traffic on them that they'll get to once they have felt like they've gotten to priority 1s the best, and then priority 2s after that. We'll zoom in and give you an idea of what priority 1 routes look like. This priority 1 route, as we zoom in right here, that looks like Central Avenue Pike. So you're going to have that as one of the chief routes that they're paying attention to, all the way from right here up into the high school area. You also have Emory Road in through Powell that is part of that priority 1 route. Also looking in over here, this is all the county routes. I'll get into the city routes in Knoxville in just a second. Brown Gap Road Northeast is a priority 1. A couple of other ones out in the west side of Knox County. Shad Road and its extension is going to be a priority 1. Hardin Valley Road, a priority 1 as well. Amherst Road is a priority 1 up in through sort of the Carnes area. And then as we work our way down into South Knox, I believe, yeah, right here, Thorngrove Pike is 1. moving up and through Asbury Road Southeast. Those are your priority ones in and around through Knox County. Deep into South Knox, again, you're looking at, what is this, Martin Hill Pike. Those are your priority ones. When we get out of the KGIS map, that one gives us a really good idea, but the city of Knoxville really just lists their snow priorities in level 1, level 2, and level 3 streets. So if you live within the city of Knoxville, level 1 street, you're looking from Broadway at level 1, Dameron Avenue, level 1, Gleason Drive, Morrell to Gallagher View, all level 1. So this is giving you an idea, if you live within the city of Knoxville, what they're going to prioritize first in those level 1 streets. Hall of Fame Drive, you're looking at any CAT platform. Kingston Pike. It's important to remember that Kingston Pike is actually a state route, so TDOT will be very heavily focused on that, but as we watched and remember the snowfall that we had 1 year ago, that's another route that'll be double-crossed really, or triple-crossed probably, by TDOT crews, city crews, and county crews when they get to them. Magnolia Avenue, Nashville Highway, all of those. Again, anywhere that your hospitals are at, Tenova West, Children's, Fort Sanders, Park West, and UT Med. All of those are priority ones. They're going to focus very heavily on those to make sure that everything's clear for first responders. This is a level 1 tandem route, so again, that means that they'll run multiple trucks on that. So Kingston Pike, Western Avenue, Summit Hill, Middlebrook Pike, Chapman Highway, North Shore, just kind of an idea. Level 2 streets now in the city of Knoxville. Let's go ahead and jump into those. These are going to be, again, any road that connects to one of those level 1s. So you're looking, North Shore is going to be a level 1, Morrell is going to be a level 1. Just think of those roads that sort of connect in through there, West Knox, just a couple of those examples. But you have anywhere from Cumberland Ave to East 5th to Gay Street, Jackson Avenue, a level 2, Main Street, Market. These are all level 2. The UT Cat route, University Avenue, that's a look at level 2 streets. And then just to give you a little bit of an idea, we'll get to level 3 streets here. Honestly, the city basically lists them as any street that's not covered in the level 1 or the level 2, just to give you all a little bit of an extra idea. If you have anyone who is flying in or out of McGee-Tyson today and tomorrow and into Sunday, I was talking with the folks over at McGee-Tyson yesterday. They said to keep an eye on their website and the airline that you are flying. There has been a lot of winter weather in the Dallas area and a lot of winter weather in the Atlanta area. What that is now doing is forcing a lot of folks to have to reroute themselves through the air. Detroit's not seeing any issues. Minneapolis not in there. The LaGuardia flight did take off this morning, I believe. But again, this is a look at McGee-Tyson. This Atlanta flight this afternoon has already been canceled. United and Delta from Houston and Atlanta, respectively, both on delayed status. American Airlines to Charlotte was canceled. Another Delta, 2 more American Airlines flights were canceled. This American Air Charlotte flight canceled. There are a handful. I said it was lit up like a Christmas tree earlier, but a lot of winter weather impacts affecting flights out of McGee-Tyson both today, and as you can see, they have a handful of Saturday flights that are already being impacted by this winter weather. Those are all of the departing flights, and then when we get into arrivals, handful of them also impacted on this day. Again, 2 Atlanta flights not getting here. They had a ground stop at ATL earlier, Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson. That possibly is still in effect. I will take a look at that and keep you updated. This one 434, so you have to imagine things a nightmare at Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport. Cam, if you can come back to me, let's go ahead and do a couple of little bit of a camera journey throughout East Tennessee. If you're just now joining us, we're just taking a look at TDOT cams and refreshing memories on what are priority routes here in Knox County and throughout the city of Knoxville as the snow continues to fall across East Tennessee on this first alert weather day here as winter weather is wreaking havoc across the Mid-South and the Southeast. Again, as this winter storm works its way across. You can see right here to this box right off to my left, just those road impacts. Cam, let's go ahead and take that picture full if you don't mind, just to give folks sort of an idea of what you're looking at. Passing lanes now in a handful of spots becoming snow covered. No icing to worry about, but they will be slick. They will be treacherous. So again, you're starting to see those impacts right here along the roads. This looks to be State Route 115 as we jump around. This is I-40 at Watt Road. The interstate still looking good. That's Alcoa at McGee-Tyson. Thank you, Cameron. I can see up there in that corner. I-40 at Watt Road now, excuse me. Interstate still looking mostly good. Alcoa Highway, bad in the passing lane. Everything's still good there in your regular lane of travel. But again, Interstate 40 still looking mostly okay now. It looks like you're down to about 2 lanes of the 3 out there at Watt Road, with your far left lane still a little bit snow covered. As we continue to kind of take a little bit of a traffic camera journey here at about 2:11 on this Friday. A couple spots that you just want to keep an eye on as that snow continues to fall, and it's beginning to continue to look like a snow globe. I-75 at Lenoir City right now. Again, we are seeing almost solely truck traffic on the interstates and highways right now. That's good news, as first responders urged everyone that stay off the roads unless you absolutely needed to be on them. Again, right now you're looking I-75 at Lenoir City. If you're just now joining us, we appreciate you. We hope you're staying safe and warm here on this Friday. But we're just kind of taking a moment to look at some of these traffic cams and a little bit of a journey to show you just what you're looking at. I-40 at Pellissippi, it looks like a disabled vehicle off to the right there before you get onto the off ramps. Again, you can see those overpasses, bridges are now very slick, very snow and slush covered, something that you're going to want to keep an eye on. Important when it's snowing, do not slam on your brakes. Allow your car's momentum to let yourself off the gas and guide over these. If you hit them at a high rate of speed or you try and brake quickly, it's going to create problems for you on overpasses especially. We've heard from THP already this afternoon that they are out, they are patrolling, and they want to make sure that eye is being paid on everything, but they're saying that roads are getting increasingly more difficult to travel this afternoon. Getting over to Alcoa at McGee-Tyson. Again, you can see on those secondary roads, the roads that are not interstates right now, they're looking to be just a little bit more snow and mixture covered at this moment. We're going to continue to keep an eye on this. Our entire crew is starting to roll in here. Our Jared Austin's been driving with our photojournalist, Christopher Covert, this afternoon. We've got the rest of the crew getting in and getting ready for you to start at 3 o'clock on WVLT. Of course, we'll send you updates throughout your WVLT News app on your phone, inside the WVLT Facebook page, and of course on WVLT News. Again, no Investigate TV. We will start with our news broadcasts directly at 3 o'clock. For now, we hope you stay warm. We hope you stay safe. We'll see you here in about 45 minutes on WVLT News starting at 3 o'clock.